I've got two of these. This here was removed so that we can push the button downstairs, because sometimes it just doesn't ignite until we push the button. But it's doing something unusual, and I think the compressor has stopped on it, and I'm just going to let it warm up. You can see what it does. So I've got to do some troubleshooting with it. I just realised that I bought metric tools, and being American, it's not metric, it's imperial, so I might not be able to. I might have to go back and get the right size. Might have something here. So clearly that's not running right. And I've got to figure out what it is. As usual, it's pain in the ass. There's nothing simple about it. It's been nothing but a pain in the ass. This burner. I've got 3 of them, right? 3 of these, and they do burn quite nicely when they're running properly. But first things first, I'm just going to take the air off, see if it runs all right without the air hose on. I'll show you what I did. Okay, so I just disconnected this from here, okay, just to see what it does. So you just push that in. Okay. Didn't seem too bad. It seemed pretty consistent, didn't it? It's got a problem because it's not coming out consistent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it. These usually have these things called vanes in there. I've never had a problem with one of these. Yeah, I've usually had a good run with these compressors. I've never had a problem. Man. Yeah, so my metric. Okay, so I've loosened these. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to be real careful here because I can't remember exactly what's under these. Hopefully you can see okay. Just check your running. Okay, now remember it was like doing something really weird, like it was running and then not. I'm hoping this doesn't like come in part into 50 million pieces, but what choice do I have? This is connected to the motor via a piece of plastic that looks like this. So if that's broken, which it is possible, and it's slipping on it, then that's another thing I have to explore. I'm just going to take a look in here really carefully. I don't want to have this off. So these vanes, they come flying out. Might just get some better light for you. Oh, the spark is a bit. Oh, that was good. This is a good man. Okay, so when it goes around, those veins fly out, and just want to make sure that they're flopping around all right. Look, this is relatively new, so I shouldn't even be really doing this. Okay, that one's nice and moving. Do you see it move? So when it comes around, they just fly out and create. They can stick sometimes, but it all looks good. And they're all moving. What's that one doing? That one, is it moving out? It's probably fine, it looks fine. It's moving around. Yeah, so it's, see it flowing out? I can even pull it out of there and take a look. Maybe it's broken or something. No. See that? That's fine. So it's moving freely, I think. Don't know why. But phew, they're long ones. Okay, but that's fine. So okay, they're all functioning. So I'm going to put that back together and go with something. It might be something else. Okay. But it did seem like the air was the problem there. This has to actually, I think you pull it off and keep the screws in. Yeah, there's something so you keep it like this. And don't try and, so you keep it like this when you pull it off, so then nothing can come apart that won't go back together. But it looks pretty straightforward, but sometimes they're not. Yes, those veins get smaller and smaller over the years, and so I wonder why. So I wonder why it's doing that. Okay, so I'm going to tighten that, and you know, I've got Allen keys here, Allen key set here, and I've got a pile of like 50 others, not one of them fit. So I mean, I don't know, it's just crazy. And so I've got to get another set of Allen keys, obviously, that maybe an Imperial, because these are, so I'm just being really careful here. I know this is terrible, but I don't have much choice. And I'll check it later when I get my Allen key that it's tight, but I don't want I'm just really carefully doing it. Okay, and I'm just drawing on my 40 years as a tradesman experience that I don't over tighten and break it. Okay, so if it's not that, so I'm going to run it again just in case it was let's just say just in case it was that something in there, and I've just lodged it. So let's get my light up here. Oh, good man, Matt. Let's turn it on. It's warming up. It could be a blocked nozzle, but I can't see how. I've never seen it do this before. The one of these burners, in about 10 years I've owned one. I've never seen it do that, and I've had burners run a lot longer than this one, so I'm just a little bit confused what it's doing. Like, I don't know why the connection between this goes through to the motor and this would break, but as you can see, I have broken that already. I had to replace that already, and within a year, you know. So it's possible, I guess. I don't know if they're making them more unreliable, but this one, the first burner I bought like this, Econoheat, Morrheat, there's all sorts of different names for them. This was electronically controlled to keep the viscosity of the oil exactly the same every time. And living in a cold climate, that's what I wanted, like, because the oil would get thicker during the night and the burner would stop. I had a Krull. I think I paid about $5,000 or $6,000 for it. Yeah, so obviously didn't fix it, but I didn't really do anything. So the Krull burner was actually pretty good, but I had to clean it out, like the inside, where this has got a blast tube on the inside. And well, interestingly enough, I'm told it's not supposed to foul up, and it did, and it blocked up, caused a lot of problems, and it was really easy to fix. Okay, so if you've got one of these and it's been this one wasn't a problem. It was another one that's been running for about 3 years now, and this one I've had a year, and they've put this counter on it, which is a pretty good idea, and it's done 3,172 hours. So they run quite a bit, and pretty much non-stop. But yeah, this was supposed to keep the viscosity the same, and it was all electronically controlled in here, but they seem to have got rid of that and gone for a high pressure adjustment thingy. And yeah, I usually wrap it in insulation, so that's what I've got it off now, because I'm trying to see what's going on. And that yeah, that can be a real hassle if it gets cold at night. So you get to only about -5 or 6, and but during the day it's real hot. So then this gauge in the back here will, like, it's actually sitting really high. It should be lower than that. But like I said, I haven't touched this for a week. It's been a relief. And I was just boasting to someone how it's running really well. I'll just try and turn it back, but I don't think that's the problem. Yeah, see that looks like something really, like, what the fuck? It seems quite weird, doesn't it? I'm just going to take the airline off that. Just try running it. Yeah. So that compressor's not running right. I mean, I don't know what I can, you know. So next thing to do is we've got to check the feed to it from the motor. I don't know how to do that. Got to figure it out, I guess. But, here goes. Because you've got no choice, you know. You can't send it back, tell everyone in the building, oh, sorry, there's no heating. which is what you know, is what I think people who sell these things. I've got to figure it out, and I reckon it's probably a good idea to just connect it so it doesn't start up and blast flames into my face. I reckon it's got something to do with down here. And removing it from here. I didn't bring a socket set. Oh, did I? Yeah. Okay, so join me on an adventure of not looking at the instructions and just thinking that this is how you remove it. I think it'll be alright. Oh, it's Imperial. It's about 50 years ago New Zealand changed from Imperial to metric, and with the rest of the world except America. I notice when Elon Musk talks about his spaceship, he talks in metric. He's American, isn't he? Look at that, got a little flame going on in there. So I guess when I was doing it, and it was just blasting oil in there and it burned. But I've had it running really good, so this is really disappointing. And okay, here we go. It's feeling a bit oily. Really oily and long. Like this feels way longer than like I think I've got a few of these spare somewhere. Is that one? I hope. These things I saw online, these were about $1,800. $1,800. Fuck. And I thought to myself, I hope that thing doesn't fuck you up. So I think this is alright. I think the problem is further back. I don't know why. This one looks... I guess you... That one looks alright, you know? So maybe it's the one in here. So I'm going to go in and have a look. I don't know if you guys are still interested, but if you've got one of these burners and you're not brave enough and you want to see some dumbass go in there and have a go, doesn't know what he's doing. You probably come to the right spot. Well, I mean, don't look too bad. Actually, it looks really good. I'm going to try and hook it out with a my pair of pliers. Which I've got here. This could be the problem because these usually come out pretty easy. Just excuse me, it's a bit hard to... Maybe I'll show you where I'm at, what's going on. I don't know if you're interested, but see, like that's just goes on the end, see, of that. That's the, and it just turns that, and yeah, sure, it works good, and it probably safeguards the compressor and the motor from it locking. Oops. Because in the past they were steel, and if something went wrong, things would get really bad. I've got my, I always break in the worst time. I've got my girlfriend's cooked me this amazing meal, and I've got to be up here on the roof fucking around with this piece of shit. So yeah, I get fucking annoyed with it, alright? And we're going to figure out whether or not it is stuffed. I don't know, it looks alright to me. I can't see anything wrong with it. I'll put this back up here. I guess the other thing it could be is electrical. Don't ask me why it'd be electrical. So what is a good thing if you're thinking about getting a waste oil burner is a really good thing is having a spare one. So I have actually got a spare, but the guy's got it, he's repaired, who I bought them off, he's got my other one because it just had a, oh, this is the problem, look, it's stripped. It's stripped. Yeah, look. So that's bad, and that's what the problem is. That's all it is. Now all I can say is, like, it's very cheap. Like, they're not expensive, 30, 40 bucks, and all I can say is thank God that I've got two of them. But look at the size difference. So, but there's, see, this is just turning in here. So, I mean, what a piece of crap, right? Now if I didn't have that, what I reckon, and you might not, and you need to get this going, then I have some ideas, and they're dodgy, all right, because I've done them before. I had this problem before, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, it's -5, and the lodge is getting colder and colder, and I just stuck a screw through there. I stuck like 4 little screws through there. I just drilled them into it, and it got me through until these tuned up. Then I couldn't get hold of the guy who sells them, so I had to import them from America, and then I did get hold of them. Oh man, you know, so I ended up with a whole bunch of them, which is just as well, because look, so there you go. See, I'm grabbing this, it's not moving. I'm grabbing this, it's spinning. But why? This burner's only, you know, it's only a year old. Maybe a year ago I got it. Now, why, I don't know. That part actually looks okay. It actually doesn't look worn, which means I might be able to get away with trimming that down. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that. It's hard to win. Right, so here we go. So hopefully this is long enough, because it didn't look long enough to me, but why would it crap out, eh? You know? So there you go, guys. That is an easy fix. An easy fix for you. Don't panic, which is what I like. I'd sooner that broke than this, because this is a really expensive item, isn't it? Now I just got to line it up, and I'm going to do that. So that's it there, flat. If you can't see what I'm doing, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. If you don't know, one end's a bit thicker than the other, and it just sits in there. And I've just got to figure out the flat end here. I guess just spin it around until it drops in like that. There you go. Okay, don't panic. So I'm feeling pretty good about that because, well, it could have been a nightmare if it was the actual. The annoying thing is that I adjusted that because I thought it might have been that, and it took like a week to adjust it exactly where I want it. And now I've got to find that adjustment again on the pump. So that was for me the biggest thing that sucks in that. I could actually have a. So I'm feeling better about it. I'm going to just plug it in. I'm going to just tweak those up again when I get in there. It's all self-explanatory. You can't really go wrong with it from here, you know. Just if that, you could actually leave it in. In fact, if you're unlike me, where I did try and search something on it, but I couldn't find anything on YouTube before I come up. So I thought, oh, I'll just go into it, you know. So maybe it's not a common fault, or maybe, you know, it hasn't happened to too many people. This looks a bit rough, but it actually got us through a tough time, because to climb into this roof up here and climb into the roof and push the button here to reset it, I can't find anyone to do it. All these young guys working for me, they won't climb up the roof. They say it's too dangerous. I'm 60 years old, I get up here carrying a vacuum cleaner. Okay, so now I've got to get all the adjustments right again, but let's go. I've got a good feeling. I've got to plug it back in. I bet we fixed it. Now, what's the chances of me having this? So slim. Just get one of these. If you own one of these burners, just order them online. These ones are actually a lot smaller, and you have to cut it down. There's one in here too. See, this broke. This between this pump and the motor is one of these, and it broke about 2 months ago. And like I said, I ordered a whole lot and trying to get them here, and I made do by putting screws in through here. It was a hell of a mess, but look, this is how short it was. I think it broke in here. So yeah, this bit of plastic, obviously a bit of a fault, but luckily I got 3 of them. I might even got 4 or 5 of them. They're downstairs in the office, and I've got a couple. So I've got a few, luckily, and I think you should too if you've got one of these, because look how easy that was. It's not going yet, but let's give it a go. It's warming up. I adjusted this freaking button, so this gauge, so I'm just gonna have to go back to adjusting it really finely. Like this lets the amount of oil in there, but it's a balance between when it gets hot and the oil get really thin, and when it's cold and the oil gets thick. So I've got to find it in the sweet spot, and I think it's a bit higher. I think it's there. Okay, try that now, and look at this, beautiful. Look, not moving. Okay, so that was really nice. I mean, I'm stoked. That could have really ruined my evening. But if you have one of these, what I do is have a spare diesel burner, and I have a drum. This is what I do, guys, and I pull it out and put it in, because at 2 in the morning I'm tired and I'm not as young as I used to be, so I don't want to be up here, and it gets so cold so quick in the building, and we need it going. So just swap it out, use the diesel, come in the morning, fix it when you're fresh after breakfast, had a coffee, and but look at that, sweet.